3:47 a.m., 2:58 a.m., 3:23 a.m. Different nights, but always around the same time. You open your eyes, wide awake, for no reason. Or so you think. Want to know what's really waking you up? I'm Dr. Davis from Good Rest Med Spa, and if you've been waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. lately, you're definitely not alone. But here's what's interesting. It's probably not your bladder, it's probably not your neighbor's dog, and it's definitely not some mystical witching hour nonsense. The real reason is hiding in something that happens inside your body every single night around that exact time. And once you understand what it is, you can finally stop it. Let's start with a question. Why is it always the same time? Think about it. If you were just waking up randomly, it would be different every night. 11 p.m. one night, 5 a.m. another. But no, it's always between 2 and 4 a.m. That's not random. That's a pattern, and patterns have causes. So here's what's actually happening. And I'm going to tell you about 5 different reasons, but one of them is probably the culprit for you. Cause 1, the cortisol spike. This is the big one. Between 2 and 3 a.m., your body does something strange. Your cortisol, or your stress hormone, starts to rise. It's supposed to. It's preparing you to wake up in a few hours. But here's where it goes wrong. If you went to bed stressed, thinking about work, money, that argument you had, your cortisol doesn't just rise a little, it spikes. And that spike is strong enough to wake you up, fully, at 3 a.m. Your brain interprets it as danger and pulls you out of sleep. Then you lie there, thinking about everything that's stressing you out, which releases more cortisol, which makes it harder to fall back asleep. It's a vicious cycle. Cause number 2, the sleep cycle transition. Remember my last video, how I told you about those 90-minute sleep cycles? If you haven't watched it yet, you should watch that one next. Between cycle 3 and cycle 4, which happens right around 3 a.m. for most people, you naturally come close to waking up. You're supposed to transition smoothly from one cycle to the next. But if something else is slightly off, room temperature, stress, blood sugar, that natural light moment becomes a full wake up. Cause number 3, blood sugar crash. Here's something most people don't know. If you eat dinner too early or skip carbs completely, your blood sugar can drop too low, around 3 a.m. When that happens, your body releases, guess what? Cortisol, plus adrenaline to bring you back up. Those are wake-up hormones, so you wake up. That's why some people who eat a small snack before bed actually sleep better. You're stabilizing that 3 a.m. blood sugar. Cause number 4, core temperature drop. Your body temperature naturally drops during the night. The lowest point, you guessed it, around 3 a.m. You want your room to be cold, but if your room is too cold or your blanket isn't quite warm enough, that temperature drop can pull you out of deep sleep. Your brain notices, hey, we're getting too cold, and wakes you up as a protective mechanism. Cause number 5, the rebound effect. This one's sneaky. Did you have a glass of wine before bed? Maybe took a sleeping pill or melatonin. Here's what happens. Those substances suppress your REM sleep in the first half of the night. Then, around 3 to 4 a.m., they wear off. Your brain suddenly tries to catch up on all your REM sleep, which creates lighter, more disrupted sleep. Boom, you're awake. Your body is basically saying, wait, I missed something earlier. Let me fix that now. Except fixing it wakes you up. So now that you know the why, here's what you can actually do about it. 1, if it's cortisol, you need a wind down routine. No screens 1 hour before bed. Write down tomorrow's tasks so they're not bouncing around your head. Try magnesium glycinate. It helps regulate cortisol. 2, if it's blood sugar, have a small protein snack 30 minutes before bed. Greek yogurt, a handful of almonds, or a tablespoon of almond butter. These keep your blood sugar stable throughout the night. 3, if it's temperature, your room should be between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that sounds cold, but that's optimal for deep sleep. 4, If it's the rebound effect, stop alcohol 4 hours before bed and take your sleep aids at 1.5 hours before bed. I know that sounds hard to hear, but it's the truth. 5. If it's sleep cycle timing, try going to bed 30 minutes earlier or later. Sometimes you just need to shift when that cycle 3 ends so you're not at your natural wake-up threshold. Look, waking up at 3 a.m. isn't normal, and you don't have to live with it. Now you know what's causing it. Pick one solution that fits your situation and try it for 1 week. Next week, I'm going to answer the question, why can't I sleep? Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop a comment. Do you wake up at 3 a.m.? Which of these causes do you think it is for you? I'm Dr. Davis from Sleep School by Good Rest Med Spa. Fix this, and I'll see you next week. Sweet dreams!